So there are three places that you can store files for a client. If you want to put their initial paperwork that you're going to refer back to a lot, you can store that here. So if I want to put in their evaluation, and I've got that there. So these are for things I think I'm going to look at quite often. Then there are places where I can put things in terms of the notes. So then I can add, whatever my notes are and all that. But I could also pull in, like if I took x-rays, I could drop x-rays on that appointment. So I have three slots where I can put in for each particular service. And remember, you can also get at those when you enter a service. We'll bring it up here in service maintenance. It's the same stuff that's over here. So the same thing travels there. However, some people want to just keep files separate. So it's not because we got an evaluation or an adjustment. They just want to have a list of files. And so we can put all client files in here. Now I can search within these. So let's say I want to find this spine x-ray. So I'll go into search and I'll do spine-x and then just the wildcard. And so spine x-ray comes up. So if I need to search through a long set of files because I have lots and lots of files here, I can do that. I can obviously search by description. I can also search by the date that the file was added. So this will automatically, when I pull something in, create a file name for it. So for example, let's say that I'm going to pull in this thing that's called medical claim form. I'll add that to the very bottom. And then you can see medical claim form PDF matches medical claim form PDF. So you get the title right there. If I wanted to add more on that, then I could just tap into here and say, this is the Aetna form or whatever it is for that person. There's always a new place or an empty file container here that we can drag to. So I will put this one into Chris Moore's record. Now I can update the description and notes and everything's been populated. But let's say that I have a client that already has a lot of files. I could scroll down to the bottom, and in this case, that's not much to do. And then down at the bottom, I have a place where I can add some more files. So I could come in here and add this file in. And again, that works, and I could keep scrolling down. However, if you had 50 files in here, that would get rather laborious. So I can also just tap this little Add New File. I tap Add New File, and then I've got the well up at the top. So it makes it a little easier to add those things up at the top. Additionally, I can import a whole batch of stuff. So let's go to somebody that doesn't have any files here. And we'll close this just to save ourselves some room. So notice right here, I have 13 items in this folder. If I want to import 13 items, I can do that by importing a folder. So I'll tap the import folder. It tells you can do pictures and PDFs. So we say OK, and then we choose the folder. It's the sample documents. I select that, and presto, they are all now associated with that particular client. So the file name automatically gets generated or taken in, as well as the date that you added that particular file to that record. So I can remove files simply by selecting the well and then hitting the delete key. And you'll notice that the medical claim form description will go away. And we just have the date added. If I want to clear these, then I can come down here, and this is the little clear. So I'll clean up the empty files, and boom, presto, that's all done. And that will actually do that for all empty files on this sort of tab throughout the solution. So to show you what I mean here, let's say that I go over to Chris Mass's record. So I'm going to delete these two coupon images and the logo from Chris Mass's record. Then I'm going to come back to Chris Tynes' record, and I'll use the little cleanup button. I hit cleanup. When I go back to Chris Mass, those have been taken care of as well. So it just cleans all empties for every client. These are the files that you'll use regularly. I should also say that if you're doing insurance and you have payors, you could actually add copies or pictures of someone's card to that as well. So I can add pictures to that. But in terms of regular client files, like initial paperwork, you could have that there, or you could have that on their services. You could also have files here. So that's working with files and client records.